So a bit of a funny week this week. Kind of got cracking a little bit, got the forks done, got the front wheel built, was going to build the back wheel, which I have done, and it's here, but there is something wrong with it, and I have a feeling that the spokes that I have got are not the right ones. The spokes that I went for are 75, 77 spokes. It's a 77 bike, but 77 was a crossover year, and I have a feeling that maybe this might be a later hub. So I've ordered some new spokes, some 78 to 80 spokes, which will be here on Monday. So that's one of the disappointments. The other disappointment, which you may well have seen, was when I built the forks. The second one that I'd built, I discovered a little pinhole in the fork leg, so it was leaking fork oil out. So I'm going to crack on and swap that, rebuild that with a new lower that I've got, or another lower that I've got, and get that back in the bike. And then I'll possibly stick the old front wheel back in the bike, just so I can maybe like get the front brake set up and start building that side of things up as well, because it is moving on now, and I could do with getting it quite a lot further on next week, because it's getting time when my container of my next load of bikes is going to turn up. So as soon as that happens, I'm going to be off this project for a bit, so could do with getting it as close as I possibly can before having to come off it. So we'll see where we get to today and take it from there, really. Okay, so as I said, I've rebuilt that front fork with the different lower, and so that's all looking good, and it's in the bike, so that's a good thing. I'm now going to move on to the front brake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble this brake, and I'm going to give the back plate a good clean up. I've got new springs and new shoes. I'm going to give it all a good clean up the brake arm and everything like that. May give it a light blast, and then we'll rebuild that, and then we can put that into the original front wheel and put it in the bike, and then we're another bit further on, really. Okay, so I've got the brake plate and everything cleaned up. I've got the shoes installed, and I've tried it in the original front wheel, and it doesn't fit. And I've tried it in this hub, and as you can see, it does fit. I've had to grind a little bit of the brake shoes off to get it in, but it does fit. Now I'm not going to grind any more off to get it in the original hub, because obviously with these old bikes the stopping power wasn't amazing anyway, so I don't want to take any more of the shoes off than I absolutely had to. So my plan of putting the front wheel in at the moment is not going to work until I've got a couple of the bits and pieces to finish this wheel off, so like the rim lock and the rim tape and stuff like that, which are arriving later. So I'm gonna put the front wheel and the front brake on the back burner for now, and we'll look at that again as soon as I've got the wheel made, the tyre and everything on, and then I can put that in the bike, and then we can do the front brake and all of that. So I'm going to turn my attention to something else now. Not exactly sure what, but we'll see what comes up. Okay, so like I said this morning, I couldn't actually put the front wheel on, which is what I planned to do, front wheel and brake. So anyway, so I've done a couple of other things. I've just quickly put the tank on there. I've got the tank stickers to go on. I haven't done anything else with it. I've literally just sat it on just to see what it looks like, and it's looking good. I've put the foot pegs on. So I've got Obviously I've got the stainless steel bolts which I've been putting throughout, and I got some new foot peg bolts and a new foot peg spring, so they're looking good. I've put the rear brake pedal in, and then the new brake rod. There's some work to be done with that, but I'll only be able to do that when the back wheel's on and the brakes in. I've put the chain tensioners in, but they're neither here nor there. And then I've put the pipe on. Now again, a couple of bits and pieces still needed to be done with that, but it is looking really good. Really chuffed with that. So one of the things, I had to make a little spacer. Made a little brass spacer there. I'm going to change that bolt. It's not quite long enough, so I'm going to change that bolt for a cap head bolt, which is what I've been using throughout. And then it needs exhaust packing, so I'll get some of that and I'll get that on. And then I need to get an arm to go between the silencer, basically, even though it's all one piece, the silencer and the frame. But I just want to wait until I've got the mudguard and the seat in place before I go ahead and make that mounting arm. But yeah, I mean, not the progress that I wanted to make, but still looking pretty good. And you know, once these bits, I can get these wheels sorted and on, then it'll not be that far off in reality. So reasonably good day. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Phoenix Motos.